So in my work, there really isn't a typical day. It could range from one-on-one meetings with students to supporting the writing of statements connected to climate concerns or crisis responses that are happening across the country or across the globe. It involves programming for students, faculty and staff, training. I also provide strategic leadership for diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives for the entire Division of Student Affairs. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is my passion, but students are my heart. What I love most, I think, about my job is the ability to set the tone for belonging for students, especially students who look like me, students from marginalized backgrounds, students who are first generation, students who oftentimes attend universities where they don't feel seen, validated, or supported. And so I love that I have a job that really centers on creating that sense of belonging, of helping students find radical love and experience it deeply as a part of their academic experience at a university. I'm a first-generation college student. My brother and I went to college straight out of high school in ways that my parents did not. So I actually transferred from Lansing Community College to Jackson State University. And 2 years into it, I came home for winter break and my dad was really, really ill. And so I decided at that moment that I was going to transfer. And so then I happened upon Eastern and decided that I was going to transfer to Eastern into their secondary education program. The social work program at Eastern absolutely still continues to influence how I think about my work. And while I was finding social work, I was working in the Center for Multicultural Affairs. As a work study student, I was doing university-wide diversity, equity, and inclusion work. I was doing diversity programming for students and with students in ways that I do now. Like, I never imagined myself with a master's, let alone a PhD. And so it feels really good to be able to do that same work now. And recognize that the only reason I can do the work and that I'm passionate about the work is because of the experiences I had during my undergraduate time. I was actually on the Alumni Association Board of Directors. I also was an active member for the EMU Black Alumni Association. My ability to do well is connected to my ability to see people before me do well. The importance is because alums serve as possibility models, a vision of what could be, once you graduate and get this degree and transition not into the real world, but a different version of the world. Some folks that I do want to recognize from Eastern, Dr. Mark Jackson, Charlie or Sharnessa Pleasant, relationships with them were pivotal during my time at Eastern. Charlie was my supervisor at the Center for Multicultural Affairs, and Dr. Jackson was kind of my first professional mentor. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize my family. Being able to have them be present in this journey, even through my PhD, means a lot to me, given the life that they lived and the sacrifices they made on our behalf. My mom passed away in 2018, and I, think often how so much of who I am and so much of who I desired to be was influenced by her. And so I think I certainly cannot accept an honor like this without also recognizing and honoring her and the influence that she had on my life and continues to have. I think she, for me, was also a possibility model of courage and sacrifice, and I think those are things that continue to show up in my life and certainly showed up when I was willing to transfer yet again to a whole new university across the country and start over brand new at Eastern. And so wanted to just make space to honor her as well.